Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Apple report for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2023. Happy New Year, by the way. Before I click on the charts and show you what I'm thinking, please click like, if you would, each and every time you watch the daily Apple report or the daily Tesla report. And next week, starting the daily NVIDIA report. Also, subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. It provides you notification each and every time new content has been uploaded for your viewing. And if you would, please share the content with friends and colleagues. So let's take a look here. This is a new descending 1/3 speed line projected off of last year's all-time high. Remember, that was a January 2022. It was, last year's, I suppose, 2022. A year ago, we put out that high. And we put out the lowest low was Wednesday of last week following that high. So it requires the construction of a new trend-defining speed line. The prior speed line actually cut across these highs beautifully. So it did contain the October, November, and December highs, and below which anticipating the 123.04 channel bottom. Now, whether you're still expecting 123.04 or 123.04 or not is open to debate, because we did actually come very close last week and very close to testing this, midterm channel bottom that is at 124.89. So I'm going to call this a test. We can quite easily fall back into it, and I'll show that in a moment. But I'm going to say, having fallen so close to long-term support last week, that this market is now inclined to recover back into the mid-140s, that long-term speed line I showed you a moment ago, over the next 3 to 5 weeks or so. And that is the beginning of a wide zone up to 150.31 that I'll also show in a moment. So that is the big picture. Bottom picking still the 123.04 to 124.89 area in anticipation of the mid-140s over the next 3 to 5 weeks. So if you went long last week off of this formation, you have no argument from me, because I think that is the right way to position yourself. Just know that we may fall back into this area over the next 3 to 5 days, holding below 131.18, a level that I'm going to show you right now, and that is here. That is like a 1.5, 2 week descending channel top. 131.18 is also consistent with the high of the low place last Wednesday. So it is an area, 131.18, where we could top out into later week, and from here fall back, perhaps to the 123.04 formation by Friday's close. But closing above 131.18 should not come as a great surprise, given the fact that we came so close to testing long-term support last week. I think the market is inclined to settle above this 131.18 formation at some point this week, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday, who knows? But if it is Tuesday, if it is today that we close above 131.18, then we have a 2 to 3 to 5 day rally to 135.96, which can also contain buying on a 2 to 3 day basis. So both of these are equally weighted. And the way I'll frame this is, holding below 131.18, the market is prone to fall back to long-term support in the 123.04 to 124.89 region. And inversely, closing above 135.96 later this week, perhaps, we then have a clear 3 to 5 day buy signal into the 144.41 region. So these are intra-week pivot points, 131.18, below which the market can grow heavy over the next 3 to 5 days back to long-term support. And if we close above 131.18, then you're going long if you're a 3 to 5 day swing trader up to 135.96. If you are a 2 to 3 to 5 week position trader, once again, you were bottom picking this area last week and now anticipating recovery over the next 3 to 5 weeks to 144.41, this long-term speed line. And with respect to that, if we can close above 135.96 sooner than later, we should reach that 144.41 speed line within a full week or two at the very most. Hi, if you enjoy watching our daily Apple report, you'll love our daily Triple Q and SPY reports. They're presented in the same 5 to 10 minute video format. Our daily SPY and Triple Q analysis provides directional market signals that are correlated with highly specific price support and resistance levels. Whether your trading time horizon is short or longer term, we promise you a distinctive edge in your trading of the SPY and Triple Q. We offer a 5-day, no questions asked, money-back guarantee. So go to wickedstocks.com right now and start receiving your daily SPY and daily Triple Q reports today. Getting back to 144.41, you can see that it is really part of a wide zone up to 150.31. So if we get up to 144.41, let's say by the end of January over the next 3 to 5 weeks, which is anticipated, we can fall off again back into the 120s, long-term support over the following 3 to 5 weeks. Closing above 144.41 signals 150.31 within a full week of trade, where we can also top out on a monthly basis. And not unless we close above 150.31 do I see longer-term recovery, longer-term bullish continuation through the rest of Q1, 2 to 3 month rally, then back into the 170s. We're a long way from that right now. But getting back to, let's see, what else do I have here? We can take a look at this chart back to today. 131.18, able to contain buying into later week. And from here, we can fall back to 124.89. On the way down, I have 127.43. That is basically Friday's low. And if we break Friday's low, we could test 124.89 on an intraday basis. Holding above 127.43, Friday's low, will keep 131.18 in reach. If we close above 131.18 today, this could be within 1 to 3 days. It could take into Friday before reaching 135.96, where we can also top out on a 2 to 3, 3 to 5 day basis. I think I've outlined that pretty well. Now, with respect to long-term support in the 123.04 to 124.89 region, you can also find that on the weekly chart here, and it's actually backed up by a long-term speed line at 120.74 this week, and it's 122.89 by the way on the weekly chart. This is your long-term support area that can absorb selling not only through Q1 but even into later 23. From here, we can rally all the way back into the 170s, as I showed earlier, over the following 3 to 5 months or so into the middle part of 23. Now, somebody asked, what if we close below this low 120 support? And I did prepare that chart, and I can show you here. Initially, 2 to 3 month sell signal down to 102.73. That may be it into later 23. This is a 5/8 downside Fibonacci off this prominent March 2020 COVID low against the January 22 all-time high. So 5/8 back, that classic Fibonacci retracement at 102.73 would be considered a 2 to 3 month target if we were to close the week Friday below 120.74. But there is also a case to be made for longer-term bearish continuation. I would treat it in stair-step fashion. In other words, I wouldn't anticipate 73.87, but I would anticipate 102.73. And in the back of your mind, you're open over the following full year of activity for possibly falling all the way to this full channel extension support at 73.87. I've seen this happen many times before, where the market reaches this as a targeting mechanism, the full channel. This channel here that we're trading inside of right now, if we violate it, we sell off an equal distance to 73.87 and dropping at the same rate that 122.89 is. This 73.87 is also not entirely, this is the low 80s, this pre-COVID high of January of 2020. So this, you could call it the low 70s to low 80s as a possible longer-term objective over the following 5 to 8 months, perhaps. This would be later 23, and I'm not saying I expect it. I would say I expect it if we close below 102.73. It's just that as I paint this picture and see this, I wouldn't be surprised if later in the year we fall all the way south into this zone. But there's no sense in even bringing this up unless we close below 120.74. So yes, it's good to be prepared, but I don't want there to be any confusion. I'm not expecting 102.73. I'm not expecting 73.87. Those only become possibilities unless we settle below the low 120s. Until then, I still hold to the idea that this is solid bottom-picking territory into later 23. I think that pretty much rounds it out for Tuesday's Daily Apple Report. Please click like if you would each and every time you watch, and subscribe. I'll be back tomorrow with Wednesdays, and you have a great evening.